Dauntless is a pointless game. I know all games are pointless, but Dauntless is something else. It has lost any and all sense of direction. Before the Reforged update, fighting a behemoth meant something. It was a 4-on-1 intimate moment where either you alone or 4 other people fight one big behemoth, and like I said, it was very intimate. The places you went to were vast, but there were very few places to begin with, meaning if you put in the work, put in the hours, you could memorize where most behemoths would spawn, and would spend less time searching for a behemoth and more time fighting one. I remember dying several times to a Stormclaw and having this burning hate for them. I declared the Stormclaw behemoth my enemy because it was so fast and annoying, and I just hated it in a good way. In a great way, even. And eventually, I learned that you could actually destroy the Stormclaw's horns in order to make it stop spawning these stupid, annoying, dumb, stupid, gay, electric fence thingies. Look, what I mean by intimate fights was that fights with the lesser Nasher you fought in the tutorial of the game felt like a real boss battle. Yes, a lesser Nasher even. The weakest behemoth felt like an actual boss fight to me. But now with Reforged, we lost that intimacy. The behemoths in Dauntless were these towering beasts that felt like a joy to kill over and over again. Now they feel like mini bosses, or pre-reforged felt like a nice steak dinner. Reforged feels like an all-you-can-eat buffet except with downed icons everywhere. The gameplay loop doesn't feel good either. They feel like the fights from Evolved, heading to one area to fight for a couple minutes then heading to another. The difference between the two is that the monster gradually gets stronger after every fight, meaning you have to use more skill and it gets actually more fun. Whereas in Dauntless, you simply progress slower as you slay behemoth after behemoth. Also, Reforged messed up the entire progression of the game. In Dauntless, when you reach max level with your weapon, you reset it back to 0 so that you can permanently upgrade a piece of equipment. This sounds like a neat idea, but like I said, the gameplay loop is just so boring. It's the reason why Evolved went down the gutter, and like I said, the fights feel meaningless, or less intimate. It's also why players who played before Reforged started to hard grind because they knew that this form of playstyle would be complete dog shit, and wanted to skip straight to trials. They added a Slayer's Path which does nothing but unlock small things like +5 blaze resistance or do 3% more stagger damage. Now I know that people are going to say that some essential things are in the Slayer's Path, but that's just so it seems important. You could have unlocked them before Slayer's Path pre-Reforged, but they added it all in Slayer's Path so that the Slayer's Path is forced to be important. That is a lot of Slayer's Path. Also, they added missions to Dauntless, which they just stopped doing, and they added Slayer's Club, which is a subscription that lets you progress faster, and the option to skip rumors, which are like these small mini missions that unlock cosmetics or dyes, both of which cost platinum. Also, they made it so that you progress through the free season pass very slowly, making it hard for casual players unless they spend overtly long hours on the game. The season pass is also the only way to get platinum for free, by the way. Now, the subscription pass and the option to skip rumors are okay in my book. Yes, they just crossed the line on pay to win, but it is a free-to-play co-op game, so I guess it can be forgiven. Now, you know what my true gripe with this game is? The one update that truly broke me? One word: Omnicells. Now 3 words: Discipline, Iceborne, Wild Frenzy. That was 4 words, I don't care. Now, Discipline, Iceborne, and Frenzy, these were cells in the game, which were extremely powerful and useful if all combined together, including Rage. But, you know what they did? 3 of the 4. They either, they turned into Omnicells, or they just revamped, they nerfed, okay? Now the nerfing, okay, it's understandable, okay? It's an overpowered item. But they grabbed the 2 best cells in the game and they removed them in exchange for Omnicells, which do nothing. Okay, well they do stuff, but they removed Discipline and Iceborne. Why? Why? Who? When? Actually, I know when. I don't know when. I just remember logging into Dauntless one time and finding that all my builds were complete and utter trash now. Whose idea was it? Was it the exact... Who was the person who introduced the idea to remove them? Who? I want to know. Because I want them fired. Alright, look. Dauntless is a ship floating adrift in the sea of opportunity, and it's going in different directions for no reason at all. The game is still fun, and I know that might contradict what I just said about the gameplay loop, but the combat involved was fun too. All the weapons are top tier, and the moment they remove these 2 cells and change them into Omni cells or whatever, that's when I say the game is truly bad. Staggering and killing a behemoth are still satisfying, and the amount of free customization in this game just amazes me. The gameplay loop is boring like Destiny 2's gameplay loop, although I never played Destiny 2. The only thing I heard about it was that it wasn't a game, it's a second job. In the end, I'd still recommend this game. I'm honestly surprised it didn't run with the missions idea. I mean, with the setting of Dauntless, you could do a lot of things with it. That's all I'm saying.